Welcome ladies and gents, my name is Curci and this is the review for Assassin's Creed Unity. If Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was a small step in the right direction for the franchise, then Assassin's Creed Unity was a large leap in the opposite direction. With bland characters, a lackluster story, boring open world, sloppy controls, and a large number of technical issues, Unity might be one of the worst Assassin's Creed games. You play as Arnaud, an assassin during the French Revolution. At first, Arnaud's character shares a lot of similarities with that of Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. Arnaud is cocky, mischievous, and outgoing, just like Ezio was. And just like Ezio, Arnaud turns to the assassins after someone close to him is killed. This is where the similarities end between Ezio and Arnaud. Throughout the course of Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio evolves and develops as a character, while the second Arnaud puts on the hood, he just becomes boring. It wasn't just Arnaud that was bland either. Almost every character I encountered I cared nothing for. There was only one character I felt was well done, and that was Arnaud's love interest Elise. But there was some cool things about the story missions. At certain points the game gives you an assassination target. The game goes back to its roots by providing you with a playground to go about the assassination the way you deem necessary. You observe the field, plan out your route, and execute. Once I knew how the game worked, these missions were fun at times. It was exactly the way an Assassin's Creed assassination mission should be designed. Outside of the assassination sections, I had trouble caring about what I was doing or why. I was just running on rooftops to my next objective and killing someone the game said I had to kill. I had no interest in the game's main story and felt a bit disconnected as a result. I often found myself just roaming the city hoping to find something new to do, but the problem about the streets of Paris is that there isn't much to do at all. Unlike Black Flag, Unity has barely anything in terms of side quests. There are the Paris stories, heists, and co-op missions, but everything else is either collectibles or random events that boil down to stab or tackle that bad guy. I will admit that I did enjoy the co-op missions. Each one has its own unique story and multiple objectives that all feed into the next. It was a well thought out game mode that I hope to see return in later titles. The heists I found to be a little frustrating, which is largely due to the frustrating stealth. It was my hope that Unity's focus on the stealth gameplay would have been better, but instead I was constantly being spotted and constantly fighting off enemies, which meant my reward was taking a hit. The new cover system in Unity is also really clunky. At times Arnaud would get stuck in cover or snap behind the wrong thing, which meant that I would be spotted, which meant that I also had to fight my way out. More than anything, I wanted the stealth to be good, so that I would feel like a true assassin. Instead, I felt like a clumsy idiot. The free running in the game was both good and bad. The downscaling of buildings was really well done, but Arnaud does what a lot of past Assassin's Creed games are guilty of, and that is not doing what I want. He either doesn't want to jump to a ledge he can very clearly reach, or jumping off a ledge when I just want him to run forward. For a series that has been around as long as Assassin's Creed has, you would think that by now the controls with free running would have been perfected, but with Unity I feel like they have gotten worse. The combat in the game is certainly more challenging. Unity removes the series' counter insta-kill and god mode chain killing, and makes the enemies even tougher. This was another thing I felt would have worked in Unity's favor, but in the end the combat isn't all that different. You wait for the enemy to attack, parry, and start swinging. I'll give Unity credit for taking a step in the right direction with the combat, as I feel assassins should be more stealthy rather than unstoppable killing machines. But at least the game gives you the freedom to style your gameplay the way that suits you best. With skills, weapons, and armor that adds to specific stats, Unity introduces a bit of a role-playing aspect to Assassin's Creed that I felt really wasn't a bad touch. The game even has a sort of leveling system that is deceivingly well designed. By changing out your gear for better gear, you can gain levels, maxing out at level 5. The problem here is that a lot of gear can be pretty pricey, and hidden underneath the economics of the game is a horrendous microtransaction system, with prices ranging from $5 to $100. In other words, you can level up faster by giving Ubisoft real money. It doesn't seem too big of an issue until you realize that certain missions are locked off to you until you reach a required level. This aggravated me as the game tries so hard to convince you to spend real money. Sure, you can gather money yourself and level up and still play the missions the normal way, but the fact that this system even exists was a huge negative. There was also a large number of technical issues with the game, crippling frame rate drops, odd glitches, some game breaking, and crashes. Unity comes off as a broken game. Assassin's Creed Unity sounded like the perfect game on paper, but after experiencing it, I struggled to find good things about the game. It got so bad that I even referred to the game at one point as nothing more than mere garbage. It saddens me as a fan of the Assassin's Creed series to say that Assassin's Creed Unity is a bad game. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.